Hi, and welcome to British Girl Bakes. I'm going to show you how to decorate this ombre buttercream cake with chocolate balloons and a painted rat for Chinese New Year, or of course you could paint another animal or a person or whatever you like. First you'll need to make the balloons so that they're ready by the time you frost your cake. These are Wilton candy melts, and I'm melting them at 50% power for a minute in the microwave so that they don't burn and seize. Or you can use white chocolate and add gel colours after melting. This is a silicone mould, and I'm spooning the melted candy melt into the spheres, spreading them around to cover the sides, and scooping out a bit if it pools at the bottom. They need to completely cover the mould and be relatively thick so that they don't break later. When I finish each colour, I'm scraping off any excess from the mould with an offset spatula. I'm using a few different colours and 2 different sizes, and it doesn't matter how many I do of each because I'm not going to stick them together. I'm going to use them as they are. If you're enjoying this tutorial, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel for a new cake decorating tutorial every week. Put the moulds in the fridge for about 30 minutes until they set, and then push the spheres out of the moulds, ready to use after the next step. Now you'll need a crumb-coated cake, and at least 2 colours of buttercream. I'm starting with white to cover up the top and most of the sides of the cake, and next I'm going to add blue, and I haven't completely mixed in the gel colouring so that it's already made up of several shades of blue. I'm spreading this at the top of the sides for the sky, smoothing it, and adding a few dabs of it lower down so that the cake fades down to white a bit more gradually. Smooth the frosting as normal around the sides and the top, and I'm leaving the top of my cake like this so it resembles a cloudy sky instead of making it completely blue. Now immediately add your balloons, while the buttercream is still fresh and sticky. You won't need to use much pressure to push the chocolate into the frosting, since the frosting is still so soft. And you can alternate colours and sizes of balloons to make the bunch more realistic. Don't worry about making sure the balloons touch and block off the whole section of frosting, because real balloons float around and you can see patches of sky in between them. Around the top edge of the cake, try to fit the balloons so that most of them are stuck onto the frosting, because if too much sticks up over the top of the cake, it won't stay in place and will fall off now or later when you move the cake. Place a few chocolates on top of the cake to continue the bunch of balloons, and to add some dimension and make the balloons stick out by layering them, fill a chocolate with buttercream and press it gently against some more balloons, so that the buttercream acts as a glue to stick them together. When you're happy with it, put the cake in the fridge to set the frosting so that the chocolate balloons stick and stay in place. Meanwhile, prepare your paints. I'm using 3 gel colours, pink, brown and black, and I'm mixing them with vodka to thin them out so I can paint with them, and adding white icing by Wilton to one of the pinks to lighten it a bit. To paint my rat, I'm starting by outlining the body with brown and filling it in with downwards brush strokes to make it look like fur. I'm using the same brown for the arms, and then adding the feet with a lighter shade of pink and 2 hands. It's quickest if you have a few different paintbrushes, so you don't have to clean them after each colour. And it's essential that your cake is properly chilled so that the frosting is hard and holds its shape, which takes at least an hour in the fridge. This way, the paintbrushes won't texture the buttercream and the gel colours will sit on top of the frosting instead of mixing with it. Now I'm outlining the ears and head, and filling them in with brown diluted with a bit more vodka so that the colour is a bit lighter and you can still see the outline of the head in front of the ear on the other side of the head. I'm adding a pink dot for the nose and filling in the ear on this side of the rat with pink as well, and dabbing on some black for the eyes. Next I'm adding the balloon strings, and the thinner the paintbrush you have for this, the better. The ends of the strings are going to show down here, below the rat's hand. And I'm adding a few more strings going up, but just a few, going to different sections of the bunch of balloons so that it doesn't look too messy. Finally, the rat's tail. It's long and curly, and I'm adding some little lines of darker pink all along it, to mark out the ringed sections of the tail. And it's finished! If you found this tutorial useful, please click the thumbs up button, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future tutorials. Thanks for watching!